Hit it, baby. Welcome to the 505. I'm fat and old, but still alive. I voiced some games, I had some luck. But as a gamer, folks, I suck. That's why I'm inviting you to guide this aging boomer through. So bibbity boo, and welcome to Uncle G's Tea House. It's a you and me house. Drinks are always free house. To be or not to be house of someone in a tree house. A Captain Hook and Smee house. A Merry Melody house and episodes of Glee House. Who writes this shit? Uncle G's Tea House. Good evening, my nieces and nephews. Hello, hello. If you're here, welcome. If you're returning, well, my dear friends, welcome back to the bar, to the booth, to the bunker, to the cozy corner of the internet where we agree on one thing, well, two things actually. No cruelty, no yelling. Curiosity over certainty. This is the tea house with a liquor license and a theater kid problem. And we'll hear some cocktails. We'll have kindness that isn't performative. It will be practiced. See, and the thing about Rapture is it's not just an idea. It was an idea, though, right? It was wrapped in Art Deco lighting. But it's not just all spooky corridors and jump scares. So I'll tell you what, my nieces and nephews, let's have a drink. And tonight we will descend once again into Rapture. But first, how about a little drinky? My thing was going too fast. Closer, man. All right, I think I got it. Good. Are we back?
Yeah.
We're back? Oh, we're back. I had no idea. All right, my nieces and nephews. This is live streaming, folks. I'm new to it. A little nervous, frankly, even though it's my second show. And you know what would help me be a little less nervous? A little tea. A little special kind of tea. And tonight we will be making a drink called the Stoic. Now, the Stoic is going to be made with 2 ounces of rye whiskey. You're going to need some bitters. You are going to need some dry vermouth. And it calls for lemon peel, but I love to use these things. These are these little bitty lemon packets, you know. I'm just going to put a whisper of that in there to give it sort of the lemony taste. So here we go. You're going to need a mixing glass. I have one right here. It, of course, says tequila. So we will begin, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with that whiskey. Here we go. 2 ounces of rye whiskey. There's 1. There's 2. What the heck, huh? You promised me you won't tell. All right. Got that. Good to go. I'm going to take a ½ ounce of dry vermouth. Stick this in here, like so. And I am not a professional mixologist, but it is a hobby that I enjoy very much. And I find that, man does not live by tea alone, my friends. Now we're going to pour just a few bitters in there, just a couple bitters. Like I guess I should probably let you guys see it. A few bitters like that, and drops. Bada bing, bada boom. And now I don't want much of this. I just want the tiniest bit. So I'm going to open this pack and just... That's it. That's all I want from that. That's it. Now, you're going to take some ice. You're going to put this into your mixing receptacle. Add some ice to it. Not a lot of ice. I like ice. I like ice. Like tea. All right, there we go. Tea. Now what you're going to do, this should be stirred and not shaken. Very slowly. You don't want to bruise it. Just very slowly. Take your time. Take your time, like so. All right, my friends. Now we got that chilled coupe glass that I have had chilling right here. It's a thing of beauty, an elegant glass. And now you're going to strain this into it. I find that if you just use the bar spoon, so it's a very easy way to do it. Strain that bad boy into there. I have to remember to put it up here, I think, so you can see it. But again, we're learning. So, my nieces, my nephews, I give you the Stoic. There are 4 ingredients. No foam, no fire, no theatrics. The Stoics of ancient Rome and Greece believed in 3 basic tenets. Control what you can, accept what you can't, choose virtue anyway. They placed great value in such things. And it has rye, it has for structure, dry vermouth for balance, a dash of bitters, because bitterness does have its place. And it's stirred, not shaken. Anyway, it's the difference between chaos and composure is about 20 seconds of deliberate movement. Rapture chased perfection through excesses. Stoicism chases not enough. All right, my friends, I'm going to have a little drink of this, and then let's get our hands dirty. You know, guys, one of the things BioShock does brilliantly is show us a city that began as a love letter to human potential. Now, Andrew Ryan builds Rapture as a sanctuary for the brilliant. No kings, no gods. But that's a dangerous policy in any civilization. Rapture isn't scary because it's beautiful. Marble floors, Art Deco arches. But underneath, obsession, addiction. Adam doesn't just enhance you, it changes you. Rapture didn't fail because they were evil. Rapture failed because they were certain. When did you realize that Rapture was a place beyond saving? What makes Rapture so unsettling isn't the horror, it's the idealism, it's the architecture. I mean, it's also so fucking beautiful. A city born from hope and a belief that human potential, if freed from interference, would bloom into something extraordinary. Alas, my friends, idealism without humility becomes fragile. It can't tolerate flaws. It can't tolerate dissent. When reality refuses to cooperate, idealism doesn't quietly adjust. Oh, hell no. It doubles down. And that is when improvement becomes experiment. The horror in Rapture isn't the opposite of its ideals. It's the consequence of them being pushed past restraint. And on that point, let's play the game. A full disclosure, when I started playing the other night, on Sunday night, I was terrible at it. I had done a little practice, but I am an old man, and I'm just not so good with the controls and everything. And oh, by the way, I can see this here. Hello, Megabits. Hello. Welcome. I'm welcome. Let's see, who else? Tari, I say, you read the novel about the place which set up the events of the game. So you read, I believe it is Atlas Shrugged, I believe. Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday is the greatest night. No, Tuesday is not the greatest night in the week. The greatest night in the week is Thursday, by the way. And the reason it's the greatest night in the week is because it's Friday Eve, as my wife and I always like to talk about it. Anyway, you're going to find tonight that I sort of, my mind goes, and once I start to play and I talk about some things and I might forget stories that I started to tell. Again, I'm 65 years old. This happens, my friend. And I would like to thank church. I'd like to thank you for the sub, man. That's outstanding. Thank you. Grazie, grazie. My friend, this is so nice. I don't know why I'm Italian. And here I am. I go back and forth. Unrelated, I use the Uncle Iro voice so much, There's sometimes when I am in the house, my wife will say to me, use your real voice, Greg. Real voice, real voice. Anyway, I do have to tell you, okay, I was terrible at playing the game the other night. Horrible. There was a lot of stuff going on, I have done a little work and I have played. So I did play by myself and I got all the way up to the medical center. So I got a little better at it. But I'm a little scared of starting this because when I stopped playing it, and a new sub from Fire Feathers. Thank you, Fire Feathers. I see. I already said grazie. Well, all right. I decided everyone gets a thank you in a different accent. For you, Fire Feathers. I'm doing the Iro voice. It's the only voice. No, I think for you Fire Feathers, we'll give you the Irish accent. How do you like that? It's almost St. Patty's Day after all. And since I'm talking about St. Patty's Day, my talking is it's very, very dry work. Makes your throat all parched. I'll have to have a little bit more of this drink, if you don't mind. Hello, Steve in Kansas City. And stoicism. We will be, Big Daddy, we will be talking about stoicism later tonight. This is the only Twitch channel where you will talk about stoicism, have cocktails, have some Broadway songs. It's something like nothing else. And a new sub from Ali Ali. Ali Ali. Well, all right then, for you'll get the Scottish accent. I thank you, Ali Ali. That's very kind of you, lass, or lad. Back to all right, I have to play the game. The problem with playing the game is where I stopped the game, things were getting very, very, very scary. There were a lot of bad people, and I think they wanted to. Lily Nightshade, your wonderful partner's birthday is coming up on the 11th. Well, I wish him a happy birthday. And know that growing older is mandatory. Growing up, that is not. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Here we go. I'm about to hit that resume button, and I fear it's going to be bad. So here we go. Let's go back to Rapture, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. I'll do this. They've got guns. See, they've got, all right. I got a machine gun now, though. Take that. And that. Try to shoot me. Boom, boom. Ha, you like that? How you like that, huh? All right. I'll search, and then I will do first aid. I think I need to get some first aid, it said. Oh, no. Sneak up on me, eh? I got this little robot thing that's following around, and I think he's my friend. Oh, is everybody killed? All right, I'm going to go and examine the bodies. Here we go. She's dead. She's good and dead. All right, look down. You will come to a better place. I hope I do. Rapture doesn't look like much of a better place. Pistol. Oh, yeah, baby. A new sub. I'd like to thank True Blue Black Phoenix. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. What accent should you get? Well, I'll do it in the way I originally voiced Atlas, the old Southern boy. I'd like to thank you all for that sub. Thank you very much. Y'all come back now here. All right, did I use? All right. Oh, all right. I got it. There's still something. I tell you, my inner Aku comes out when I play this because there's something really satisfying about just, hitting the crap out of people with this giant wrench. Oh, that was a good one. You know what? How do you like that? All right, enough of this gratuitous violence. This is a children's show. Wrench bending is always on the menu, Scope. You guys are you're infesting. All right, I got a lot of people to search here. All right, I'll take that. Nothing there. This is kind of fun. Yes, the winch is strong with this one. Oh, The wrench is strong. Oh, my heavens. I don't like... Oh, search containers for loot. All right. All right, I think maybe I should get out of here because people keep attacking me. Should I get out of here, guys? What do you think? Should I go to the right or to the left? Into the medical center? Medical pavilion. All right. What have we here? You're welcome to a better place, my friend. This is not that better place, though. And look at that water. I mean, this game is just so... Mystery Gamer, 1998. I thank you for the sub. I remember 1998. It was a very good year. You know, I love Sinatra. And when we were preparing for the premiere episode, I was told, well, you know, they're never going to see your shoes, Greg, so you can wear your flip-flops. You don't have to, put on the black shoes and everything with the tux. And I said to myself, what would Frank Sinatra do? And you know what? Frank Sinatra would have worn the black shoes. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am wearing full black shoes. But back to Rapture. All right. 1998, I would have been 38 years old, and my kids would have been probably, I think, about 4 and 5. It was a busy time. My kids were 11 months apart. They're grown now, and today they are at Disneyland. So a shout out to Sydney and Cooper and my son-in-law Pat at Disneyland tonight. The happiest place on earth. We may talk a little more about theme parks later in our favorite fandoms portion of the show tonight, because that's one of my favorite fandoms. I hope you guys like theme parks as much as I do. All right, but I need to play the game. So let's see where we need to go. Oh, this is interesting. I think I have to get the keys from Steinman. Is that correct? In order to... Oh, my God. Can I come in through here? As you can tell, if any of you guys were with us on Sunday, you can tell. Am I right, Matt? My gaming has gotten better. My negotiating the map. Oh, now I see it. The daft bastard set up shop in the surgery wing. Carl Hanover, what wonderful work he did on this. I told the story the other night, but if you guys weren't tuned in, I'll tell it again. I originally, when I was recording the game, I did read Atlas, and they had me read Atlas as a good old Southern boy. So it was very much, would you kindly? And what they found out in the test groups that, and I think it's interesting, people didn't trust the Southern voice, because when you think of a Southern voice, it could be that old Southern politician trying to sell y'all something y'all don't need, So I think they definitely made the right call by going with Carl Hanover and his wonderful Irish lilt, because you trusted Atlas, right? Spoiler alert, don't trust Atlas. That's one of the things I knew about the game. I wish I could have played the game like everyone else, because I never... I was not shocked. I always knew about the twist. Hit electro bolts. All right, here we go. Oh. Hack a shot. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. I just, there's just something so enormously satisfying about, this is what happens when the old man talks too much. Someone tries to kill me. Where are you? Where are you, you rat bastard? Use first aid. I don't see you. Is he behind me? That's the last time you will talk with me. Sorry about the guys, my language. Contrary to common wisdom, Uncle Iroh's language was sometimes much fucking saltier than you might think. I love it. All right, here we go. Now, where was I? I got attacked. Can I do anything with this? Purchase items. Oh, good. Vodka's on the menu? Come on, you don't have to ask me twice. Thank you, man. Love it. All right. All right, I'll come back when you get some money, buddy. All right. Back. Press. What's this? More purchasing items, insufficient funds. Ah, well. Isn't that the way of it, guys? Oh, you all right, Firefeathers? Aku is in the driver's seat now. And when I find the samurai in Rapture, I will kill him. I will bring his head, and his blood will run extra thick. You know, one of the, I better, you know what, I'm going to pause this for a minute because I'm going to talk, and I have discovered that you can get killed, you know, while I'm sitting here telling a story. One of the cool things about being fortunate enough to voice both Iroh and Aku is they are such, you know, they're absolutely diametrically opposed. It's like yin and yang. And I do find, I always say, and it's true, we all aspire to be more like Uncle Iroh. But sometimes you just have to have an Aku day. Let me kill some more. I will find the samurai. I will find you, Steinman. That is what I think of your nose. You should play as Aku. Just play as Aku. Oh, that's something, isn't it? Ooh, I will. I'll pick that up. Anything else? Oh, I want to hold the diary. And vending machine. Anything I needed? No, insufficient. I just like hearing him say, come back when you got more money. So I'm learning the arrow is helpful, right? Follow the arrow. I'm learning. See, I'm learning. If you guys had watched me play the game on Sunday, this is the head and shoulders above all that. Oh, I don't think I've been there. So my usual game of choice is Civ 6. Civ 6 is a much slower game. I am glad, true Black Phoenix, that you are reliving your childhood all over again. And, you know, people will often tell me, you guys, you know, will tell me often that I made your childhood. You guys have made my old age. So I'm having a fantastic old age here. So thanks for that. I get to, for example, in my old days, I get to kill this Splicer girl. A Spice Girl or Splicer Girl. Two very, very different things. All right, we'll take that first aid. Oh, Eternal Flame. Oh, wow. Oh no! Ah! I'm getting the hang of it, though. You know, it's not quite so scary. When I first started playing it the other night, you know, the other day, it was like, oh, you want a piece of this? You want a piece of me? Huh? You want a piece of this? You want a piece of that, huh? Here we go. How about that, huh? You're not so tough now, are you, Mr. Nitro Splicer? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, come back again sometime. I'll give you some more of that. Ooh, a grenade box. Oh, man, that would have been good to have. What else is in here? This looks kind of interesting. In loving memory of Winston. Oh, that I will take. Thank you very much. I will hold that diary. And anything else of use in here? Can I go in this door? I can. You know, I am, even though this game is 20 years old, I am continually astounded at how beautiful it is. I mean, it really is just a beautiful, beautiful, you know, game. The graphics were ahead of their time, and it holds up so well after 20 years. If only I'd held up so well after 20 years.
I can hear the infernal things all around you. Ryan's eyes and ears.
Well, we don't want that. Ryan's eyes and ears. Well, Wolf, I'd like to thank you for your 3 hours of volunteer work that you did today. It's always good to volunteer. Very, very good. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Oh, this is interesting. Ah, man. I do find that the wrench seems to be the best thing to work with at this point. Oh. Yeah. How about that? I'll search you now. What you got for me? Thank you. You got some chips? Oh, you bastard. I'm blindly swinging. This way. Ooh, this is interesting. Can I get in? Can he get in, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm just going to whack it. Just keep, press your Mac and get hints for your active goal. Oh, that sounds boring. I'd rather just come through here and whack things. Oh. I'll take that. I will take that very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. I have collected the first aid. This looks interesting, whatever this device is. Pipes, I suppose. I do believe that BioShock would make a pretty good live-action film. All right, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have a little drink with my Stoic here. If you're at home tonight, if you're drinking tea, if you're drinking something a little bit stronger, well then, oh, here's to you, my friends. I got liquor on my microphone. All right, let's take a look here at the chat board. What is happening? What is happening, my friends? What's going on? Root beer tonight, tea later. Hey, you know, a good root beer is pretty good. Yes, yeah, you're right. Now it truly is a studio microphone. It smells like. We'll get to the Stoic. I promise you we will get to Stoicism. We're not even just get to Stoicism. We're going to be talking about Marcus Aurelius later. And you don't get to hear, hello, Anthony Caliber. Hello, how are you this fine day? How did I get into acting? Well, I will tell you. I will tell you a story, and I'll finish my drink. I was 10 years old and living in Dallas, Texas. We have anybody from Texas here? You know, I was raised in Texas. I'm very conflicted about Texas. I love Texas. I hate Texas. It's a complicated matter. Anyway, my parents dropped my little brother and I off at a movie theater. It's at Christmas time to see a movie called Mystery Gamer, born in Dallas, Texas. Lived there for about 3 years, long before you were born, from, I think, 1969 to 1972. A vodka cranberry is always good, but you know, if there's no cranberry, you can always just go with a vodka. I'm just saying. Anyway, my parents dropped my little brother and I off at see a movie at the local cinema. It was a musical. The first musical that I truly remember seeing. And if anybody knows me, I love to talk about musicals. It was called Scrooge. And every December they do air it. It's a musical that stars Albert Finney. And I remember they dropped my little brother and I off early. This was in a bygone era where parents could leave a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old and just drop them off at the theater all by themselves for the day and then pick them up. Anyway, we were a little early, and so we walked into the movie during the big musical finale, which, if you've ever seen Scrooge before, is this giant. It just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and joy heaped on top of joy, heaped on top of more joy. And I remember I was 10 years old, and I started crying. At the time, I didn't even know why I was crying. I just know that finale of Scrooge made me feel so happy. And I also knew that the actor, Albert Finney, rest in peace, he was actually only in his mid-30s at the time, and one of the few actors who actually played old Scrooge and young Scrooge. And I also remember thinking, man, this young guy gets to be this old Scrooge. I want to do that too. And so the only way I can talk about it, it was almost a religious experience. The 10-year-old little kid that walked into that theater was not the same that came out of that theater. And by the way, hello, Electric. Hello in the UK. I would so love to go to the UK. I think my family, I think we might be going there next year in 2017. I think they're doing Sunday in the Park with George. Ariana Grande, I think, is doing it. And it escapes me Fierro, the guy that played Fierro. Ridiculously good-looking fellow. So I think it would be our first time ever. Anyway, that's how I got into acting. See, I go off on these tangents, folks. So sometimes, Anyway, let's play the game a little more, and then I'll go off on another tangent. And trust me, I will go off on another tangent. All right, here we go. What can we do? Which way should I go? I think I'm going in the right way. This way. I'm learning that the arrow is very helpful. Thank you, Matt, for that key. For that tip. That was a good tip. That helps. I'm still okay. Everyone was so bored the other night when I was doing it. And this way. Because I didn't know. I mean, when I was playing it for the first time, it was literally a lot of this. Where am I? I don't know where I am. This is weird. Why am I? What do I do? Which is still a little difficult. Once I start doing it. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, buddy. Who's messing with me? Who is fucking with me? Don't you do... Oh, look at you. Once I make another corpse, I will search that corpse. Who is bothering? Who is firing at me? And isn't that little robot supposed to help me? Dude. Can you die in this game? I don't even know. I always keep you having the first aid. Can you literally die and have to go back? I don't know, man. I guess we'll find out. I guess you'll find out with me. Let's keep playing, shall we? Resume. I want to search the corpse. I don't want to have to be killing this guy. All right, I have had enough of you. All right. The machine you have... Oh, I didn't mean to damage it. I've hidden from the security camera. That's a good thing. I'm going to creep along. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, my. Oh, heavens. Oh, it's not... Oh, it's the lasers are shooting at me. Fuck. All right, this way. All right, I'm going this way. No, not that way. I don't think I like this Steinman guy. How you like that, huh? Oh, I shot her. Yeah, that was fun. I haven't shot anything. I've only been using the... That's great. Oh, ladies and... Oh, we have a guest. Molly's come in to see us. Oh, I haven't used this. That's probably handy. Search. I don't know how many rounds I have, though. Oh, thank you, Matt. Matt is in here. He's in here, man. He is taking. Oh, that's fun. Oh man. See? How'd you like some of that? See? You eagly mug. I'll take it. Oh, maybe I got him after all. Uh-oh. No, I think something bad happened. Oh, my friends. Oh, you are so fortunate. We have been joined tonight, not just by the unsinkable Molly Magoo Brown, who goes by the name of Molly. We have also been joined by Queen Calafia Manelli Waggledy also known as Callie, and she's right over there. Callie, come over here so everybody can see you. Can I see you? Go over there. Here they are. You probably guys can't probably see him, huh? Where can I? Let's see. You know what? Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna wander up here to the other setup so you guys can meet Molly and Callie. Come here, guys. Come up here. Come on here, say over Daddy. This is Calafia Waggledy. He is half terrier, half Chihuahua. This is Molly. Molly is half pit and half cattle dog. Callie is from the Espanola shelter, and Molly is from the Las Cruces. I mean, guys, is there anything better than dogs? I mean, cats are pretty cool too. We've had cats before, but dogs are an interesting. Hello, folks. I'm back. I'm glad you guys get to meet Molly and Callie because I love our dogs. We all love our dogs, man. Tell me about your dogs. But I will say, if you have purebred dogs, that's cool too. All dogs are great, but if you can get a dog from a shelter dogs are really awesome. Hello, Lily. You have 5 kitties? You have 5 kitties. Holy moly, that's a lot of kitties. That's a lot of kitties. And I think the most we ever had in our house is we had 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 kids. 1 wife. That was a lot. Oh, and good heavens, one of your dogs is named Iro. That is a good name for a dog. I actually, every now and then I run into recently I run a cat and 2 dogs. Miscalculation. We've had dogs since I was a kid. The only thing that makes me a little sad now, not to bring everybody down, is I'm getting a little older, and Callie is now 6 years old, and Molly's 2, and I'm realizing now that I am actually on dog years now. I think we might all just go out together. I don't know. Oh, Spoon, am I gonna name your next dog Greg? Oh man, all right. Hey man, you name the next dog Greg, and come and we can share some tea together. We could talk all night about. Do you guys want me to talk about puppies, or you don't want me to kill something with a submachine gun and some wrenches? We can do that too. We can do both at the same time. The miracle of modern technology. Okay, I am back. I don't want to use that. No, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to use the submachine gun anymore because I don't want to use the rounds. Oh, I'm in the Vita chamber. How do we get out of the Vita chamber? All right. See, this is where I start to get confused. Is with the and here here is where I definitely get confused. Hold to get a hint if you are stuck. All right, let's give it a try. Oh, I can load my weapon. Matt is proving to be absolutely invaluable, ladies and gentlemen. Matt is my neighbor, lives across the street from us. Is absolutely invaluable. There, I want the wrench. Sounds a little like Azula, frankly. Who, by the way, Gray Delisle is a lovely, lovely human. If you guys have had the chance to meet her at a fan convention, not only is she one of the greatest voice actresses of all time, she's also a really, really nice person. Of all the Avatar cast members, I think Gray is the only one that I still fanboy around just a little bit, And Mae Whitman, certainly, If I already saw, I got a little money out of you, baby. All right. So I'm going this way. Clearly, I'm going to the medical pavilion. Oh, shouldn't be humming that. It's the theme from Tales from the Crypt, though. I don't want to get any public domain. You know what? Just for the hell of it. You know what? Yeah, how you like that? Yeah, nothing from you. Dante Bosco is also just a sweetheart. I haven't. Dante is another one. You know, I was very, very intimidated by him when I first met him, but he was so very kind to me because Dante, you have to understand, Dante knew Mako. He was a friend of Monto, of Mako. And, Dante as well tells the story about the first time that I ever actually did the voice and came to the session and how I will always, always appreciate how kind Dante was to me that day and how kind Dante has continued to be to me since that day. And that brings me to another point. Since I'm, maybe, again, I get distracted. I play a little game. I talk a little stuff, and then I forget what I was thinking about. I think it was surely had something to do with Dante. I think I was just going to basically just give a shout out to all of my Avatar castmates. Every single one of them are delightful, talented, gifted human beings. And people think sometimes that when we were recording, we all hung out together. And when we were recording, it's a job in LA. You go in, you record for an hour and a half, you go home, you get back to your life. But when you travel with these people, when you drink, when you go out to restaurants, I would say, I'm not sure what that is, but I like the sound of it. It sounds very good. Ding. Anyway, we are very friends now. We have a group chat that we all communicate with each other on, and they're just, I'm very lucky. And now I remember what I was going to say. Not only did I appreciate Dante's kindness at the time, but I do say this in all sincerity, thank you. If I had been cast as to replace Mako, to do the voice as Iroh 2.0, today, with social media being as toxic and awful as it is, I think I would have been just destroyed and probably would have run away screaming. Instead, you have all been so kind to me and so accepting of me. And I cannot thank all of you enough for that. It was, people think I had a lot of fun. Was it fun when you went in and read Iroh? No, man, it was terrifying. But you know what? It makes it worth it because I've got to make friends all over the country, all over the world, and I'm making friends even tonight. But you know who I'm not making friends of? I'm not making friends of these splicers. Splicers. I always say spicers. These are spicers, What are you going to do with the spicers? I'll keep going this way. I think they want me to go down here. In we go. Oh my God, funeral services, crematorium. This is not good. This is not going to be good. Oh, no. I don't like that. In fact, that's what you know what? You guys, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm sorry, people. Again, oh, you got to meet Dante in London, Electro Freak. Very, very good. Dante is the best guy. I saw him, oh, yeah, we were all together in Houston 2 weeks ago, I think. Pretty much everyone except May. And if you're lucky enough to meet Mae Whitman, then you are lucky indeed. Lovely, lovely, lovely woman. And I remember watching her in Independence Day. She was the president's daughter. And to actually get to work with her, pretty cool. I got to tell you, it beats being a paralegal for the Walt Disney Studios. Although, it wasn't a bad gig, Down, nope. I really am learning how this is working now. That is really very helpful. Oh, if you guys had seen me play Sunday Night, right? I'm so much better than I was then. It was good that I had a little time to do this.
With genetic modifications, beauty is no longer a goal or even a virtue. It is a moral obligation.
Cheers, my nieces and nephews. Live long and prosper. That is it's a very simple drink, but I like that. When I'm having a cocktail, I want to know that there's booze in it, I don't want to, there's a place for really sweet drinks. And ironically, I did a show in Long Island one time, and the venue was at the hotel. So once the venue was over, I would go back to the hotel and to the bar and have a drink. And the fans were all there too. So of course they kept sending me over Long Island iced teas. And here is wisdom, my friends. The first Long Island tea is always delicious. And I would like to thank Atlas Otter for a sub. Thank you, Atlas Otter. This is for you, man. I'm going to give this wisdom just for you, Atlas Otter. The first Long Island tea is always delicious. The second Long Island tea is also delicious. The third Long Island tea is always a mistake. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you very much. I'm here for another hour or so. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What time is it? Oh, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. Well, I'm grand. Well, you're grand. No, you're grand too. I'm not grand. You're grand. No, you're grand. Long Island iced teas are deadly miscalculation because they're so sweet. That's the problem. I don't like sweet drinks because you don't know what you're getting with sweet drinks. You know, if I can taste the booze, I know when I've had enough. If I can't, you just keep drinking Long Island teas, you know, and there you go.
Why do we have two eyes? There's some law.
All right, I feel like there's some things here that I might want. I want a teddy bear.
Way to get through to surgery and Steinman. Chin up now. The Lord hates a quitter.
The Lord hates a quitter.
I can hear that splicer sounding off like it's the 4th of July.
We can hear that splicer sounding off like it's the 4th of July.
You get your hands on one of them.
Again, guys, I like to hear the voices and I try to duplicate them. It's just kind of a thing I do, you know. Oh, let's heal.
Might be standing in your way.
Should I hack something? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, this is like these games, sort of. Swap the pieces to divert the flow to the green goal. Okay. Okay, I see. I guess I need to see what all the pieces are first, huh? Oh, I think I've done it. Oh, I have done it. Ha ha! I am finished. I am Greg Baldwin. I have done it. Ha ha! I am a 65-year-old man who can still play video games. I will now heal. If I can. All right. Oh, no, wait a minute. How can I... Where do I go? Where do I go? See, these are the scenes that blow my mind. They just blow my mind, man. It's just, it reminds me of the Fallout world, which is so dystopian, as is the Rapture world. And it does amaze me. I think I mentioned this Sunday how, yes, these worlds are horrible and bloody and nasty, but they're also kind of fascinating and beautiful, you know? It's like you might not mind living in this world for just a little while, or at the very least, a theme park attraction based on Rapture would be pretty awesome. I love Fallout, Lily. I voiced the game, and indeed, I don't know if you guys can see it. I probably can't. But I do have a Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, baby, ad Victoriam. If I ever finish BioShock, and that's a very big if, because I'm an old man, I could be 90 by the time I get through this. But that will be the next one that we... Oh! Did I get both of them? I did! Ha ha! Fuck with me anymore. That's the last time. That is the last time we will fuck with the Shogun of Sorrow, the Master of Masters. Nope. I'm sure, guys, you're so lucky. The people were so bored the other night. It was like, oh my God, this old man doesn't even know how to pick up items, you know. For you, anime game lover, if you see the samurai, do me a solid and kill him. And we're going this way, the eternal flame, we're going this way. I think, right? Or is it that way? Down the stairs, all right. Right? I think. this way. Oh. Well, I'm guessing. All right, I can crouch. Oh, the electro bolt. I bet I could melt it. Maybe not. It seemed like a good idea at the time. All right, we'll try the old-fashioned way. Ice, ice, baby. I like my ice crushed. Check your map. I mean, can I jump? Maybe. I know you can crouch. I thought, is that how? Crouch. I have to say, guys, I am really having a wonderful time playing this game. I am not familiar with shooters. I'm an old dude. I don't play a lot of shooters. You know, I play Civ 6, and I will be playing Civ 6 actually. Headline. Now, every Tuesday night, just to explain our idea of what we're going to do moving forward, every Tuesday night we will have the full Tea House show. That will include either a karaoke song or possibly some wisdom, monologues, basically, based on wisdom, because it is important to draw wisdom from different places. We will also have cocktails. We will also have talk about our favorite fandoms, which actually we probably should do. I'm going to play for just a little while more, and then I think I'm going to pay attention, and we're just going to play with fandoms and talk about our favorite fandoms. The thing about fandoms is, with a fandom, there's something that you really love, and you think, oh my God, this is just me. And then you discover with the fandom, oh, it's not just me. It's lots of other people. That is, to me, there were literally certain things that I'm not allowed to talk about at my table, because once I start talking about it at a fan convention, I will not shut up. Nope. Well, you know what? All right. I'm getting a little arthritis, folks. I'm pausing now. I'm getting bored. Instead, you know what? Matt, would you do me a favor? It's you see the little bourbon over there? Right over there? Yeah. Could you hit me with just a soupçon of that? Just a soupçon. Just a soupçon. This is, yes, guys. Daddy Bailey. True Black Phoenix. Oh, let me tell you a funny story about that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Show's going to get a little longer now. I went to school with Jeff Bennett, the voice of Dexter's dad, the voice of Johnny Bravo, the voice of literally, I'm the voice of your childhood. No. Jeff Bennett is the voice of your childhood. And we used to compete against each other. I think he went to Clear Lake High School. I went to Spring High School in Texas. Yeah, well, Electro Freak, you and me both. To you, Electro Freak, a fellow bourbon connoisseur. Neat, baby. Anyway, Jeff and I became friends. He ended up going to the University of Houston with me. He got all the good parts because I always was a character actor, and Jeff always looked like a leading man, but was a character actor, which is a great combination to have. And even when he and his wife, Susie, moved out to L.A., Jeff, they came and stayed with us, and we kept in touch. And so we've been friends. I'm still friends with Jeff. And the thing is, my friend Bill was a showrunner on Shaolin Showdown. It was my first animated, I think I told this story the other night, but some of you might not have heard it. Or maybe you might want to hear it again. I don't know. Bottom line is, the reason I was Daddy Bailey is because the showrunner knew that I was friends with Jeff and wanted to surprise Jeff when I showed up at the session playing his father. And so that is not a terribly, it's a true story. It is a true story, But now, what I would like to do, what's your favorite fandom, ladies and gentlemen? I'd like to talk a little bit about my fandoms, but I'd also like to hear about yours. Last week, we talked quite a bit about musical theater, because that is definitely one of my favorite fandoms. But I also enjoyed Star Wars as a great fandom of mine, and I love talking about theme parks. My kids are actually in Disneyland today, and so I feel like that is sort of a sign that what I would like to talk about is my favorite fandom, one of my favorite fandoms. My favorite is actually musical theater, but theme parks. Now, I have a question. I have a question for you, my nieces and my nephews. What is the greatest dark ride in the world? It's a very important question. The best dark ride in all the world. There is only one correct answer. And I'm curious to see what some of you guys have to say about it. Yes, Wicked is great. Wicked is indeed great. I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn. All right, that's enough of that. Don't get me started on Wicked. A dark ride. A dark ride is it's not a roller coaster. A dark ride is Pirates of the Caribbean would be a dark ride. Hello, ex-Darlena. The originals. Oh, I would love to go. I would love to go to the original Scooby ride in Australia, Electro Freak. My son-in-law has dual citizenship. His dad was, there we go, Bottle the Moon. The greatest dark ride in all the world. Anime game lovers, all right, you guys know. You guys get me. Welcome, foolish mortals, to Disney's Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. One of the proudest things I ever got to do, and I have got to do so many really cool things in my life, but one of the absolute coolest is if you go to Tokyo Disneyland and you go to Big Thunder Mountain, and someone told me I think they might have closed that down. I hope it's not true. But I am told that Emerald Dragon, Six Flags, DFW, first theme park I ever went to in all my life. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I cried when I left. I cried. It was a long time ago. They had that Spelunkers Cave. That's very, very obscure, but yeah, that goes back. Anyway, you go to Tokyo Disneyland. I see I'm staying on track. Melissa was saying, Greg, you go all over the place. Go back to your stories. You know, people are wondering, what was he going to say? And then I don't say it because I get squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. And the bourbon makes that worse. Anyway, Big Thunder Mountain, Tokyo Disneyland. For the English translation, I am the guy that will say, hold on to your hats and glasses for the wildest ride in the wilderness. And I would love to go to Tokyo Disneyland sometime to hear that. And I remember when I recorded it, it was so cool because they had these photographs. It was not in the usual, recording booth. It was actually at Imagineering in Glendale. And they had literally the booth. It wasn't really a booth. It was a very large booth. And it just had so many pictures up of Paul Frees, for example, reading The Haunted Mansion for the first time. And it just had all of these people. And I was sort of struck by the history of it all and to be part of that, Ow! So, all right, 250 bits. I'm not sure. I'm an old man. I'm not sure what that means, but I think it's good. It's good, I think, so I'm told. I'm not that old. I'm 65. Haunted Mansion is the greatest dark ride in existence. I don't like... I'm a little bit of a wimp about roller coasters. I mean, I know some people love roller coasters. Good night, Lily Nightshade. Good night, good night, good night, Lily Nightshade. Good night, good night. I snorted on that one. Sorry, guys. Sinus issues, what can I say? Anyway, I don't like roller coasters, but I know some people like roller coasters. So tell me about roller coasters, man. Give me a roller coaster that you guys like. It's just not my thing. I can do it used to be California Screamin', and I think now it's called it's themed now. I don't recall the one in Disneyland. That's about as far as I go. If it gets much further than that, we would go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and my kids loved it. And it's like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting on that thing. Oh, no, that is not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Absolutely not. Oh, well, thank you for loving the voice of mine. It's the voice that I've got, but I thank you. 3 3 tries so official? 3 tries official. I can read. So you're a big roller coaster guy, huh? I do remember when my wife, my lovely Melissa, she used to work and this is very sad. This is a sad story, only because I was raised in Houston, Texas, went to high school there. I think I lived in Houston from 1973 to 1987 when Melissa and I left for LA. And if you're a Houstonian, there used to be, across the freeway from the Astrodome, there was this theme park called Astro World. It was a great theme park. And Melissa actually worked there. She was a dancing animal. She was a, full costumed head, dancer. And I've always thought, wow, that was terribly brave of her. Because I don't know if you've ever been to Houston in August, but Houston in August out in the air with a, giant head over you, I don't know how she did it. But what's very sad about Astro World is that it's not there anymore. For whatever reasons, and I think there are documentaries about this on YouTube about what happened to Astro World. Literally, if you go to Houston, and I was near there just the other week, 2 weeks ago, I think, and there's nothing there. Every last vestige of this theme park is gone. And it makes me very sad because that was something that I grew up with. We would go there. That was the Houston theme park. And I find it odd that Houston is the 4th largest city in the world. I think it has like 3 water parks. And if you've ever been to Houston in August, again, you would understand why they have 3 water parks. But I don't know, it just makes me want to weep when I look at that, what used to be this place of fun and excitement, and we would get so excited about going to it, and then it's gone, literally. Every last vestige, it is flat. Oh my God! You piloted the Falcon at Disneyland. You know what, Tori? I love the Falcon. I love Smuggler's Run, but for some reason, and I don't know why, it makes me a little bit sick. I don't know why. I don't generally get a little sick on rides, but for some reason, that one does make me a little sick. Now, Rise of the Rebellion. Now that is a ride, my friends. It takes all of the elements of all rides that Disney does. It has the dark ride. It has a roller coaster component. It has a simulator component. And what I love about Rise of the Resistance is it keeps going. I mean, I love Peter Pan's Flight at Disneyland. It's a great ride, and it's a classic ride. It's beloved. But, you wait in line because it's an older ride that doesn't move as well. And it's like, 5 minutes long. Now, I think the Peter Pan ride, and I think the new Peter Pan ride is in Shanghai, I believe, Shanghai Disneyland. I've watched that on YouTube, and that looks absolutely amazing. Atlas Otter, good night. Good night, Atlas Otter, good night. Good night, good night, good night. I like to sing. I'll sing a little more in a little bit. But right now we're talking about theme parks, but we can also talk, I have since Sunday night, I've talked about my fandoms. And, I've told you some of them. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. But come on. The beautiful thing about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is I cannot think of another ride where you die and go to hell. I mean, that is, spoiler alert, guys. It's like, I can't believe that, did it have, I think it might have had a giant, yes, Electro Freak. I think they might have had a giant ball at the beginning many, many years ago. I think so. I'd have to look. I bought Melissa for Christmas one year a map of Astro World that was actually from the year I think that she worked there. It was probably 79, probably something like that, and it's so I can actually look and I can say, oh yeah, there's the big building you were talking about. I loved Disneyland. All right, again, I worked for the Walt Disney Company for put it all together. I worked for Disney for about 20 years. And Disney's kind of like Texas. I love Disney. I hate Disney. They laid me off, twice, but they hired me back twice. But the coolest thing they did at Disneyland is you got into the parks free. And I know my kids were freaked out because we had grown up just getting in free. And suddenly I didn't work for Disney anymore. And they discovered, oh my God, are you kidding me, Dad? It's like $500, $1,000 just to walk in. Yes, I'm afraid it is.
which is the one thing. And again, I do love Disneyland. I'm partial to Disneyland specifically because it is a park that it's the original. Walt Disney himself planned it. But I think it's remarkable that we love Disney as much as we do because they keep upping the prices. You guys know this. They do what giant companies do. But at the same time, and I would say this for Disney, even though they laid me off, even though, with all of their problems, especially with the parks, Disney promises to deliver. Their product is delivering magic. And God damn it, I do believe that they do. That's why every time I'm there, when Tinkerbell flies across the castle, I cry. I'm a little kid again. And I know it's just a gymnast on a line, but there's something about that just... it's I don't know. It just speaks to your soul. I think the desire for magic, the desire for happy endings, and I think that's sort of what speaks to us all about Disney. I know my son. He's in Disneyland today. Next month he's going to Asia. His goal is to visit all of the Disney parks, and after he goes to Asia, he will have done it. Yes, the parades. Oh my God, the electrical light parade. When Melissa and I were dating. And this, my friends, was back in 1981. I don't know if any of you were born in 1981. But Melissa had gone to school just for the summer at UCLA. And we had started dating and said, I want to come out and see you because we both love Disneyland. Come out and see you. And I'm going to go to Disneyland. And so I think that also is one of the things that sort of cements Disneyland in my heart because this is like... In 1981, I'm literally coming out there and visiting Melissa, and we got to go to Disneyland. And again, we actually honeymooned at Epcot Center in 1984 when we got married, and Epcot had just opened, which was really cool. I feel very fortunate indeed because we also got to go to a soft opening of California Adventure. And I'm not going to tell Disney to do how to do things, but it was nice to see both Epcot and California Adventure as the parks they were originally intended to be. Now, of course, they brought all the IP into it, and I understand that. Of course I do. Disney wants to make money. But it was cool just to see Epcot and California Adventure in its sort of pristine way in which it was intended. And, of course, Epcot is not the way it was intended because Walt intended it to be an actual working, city, which also would have been cool, but I also think probably... impractical. Impracticable. Let me have another one of these bourbons. Now we're kidding. Anyway, all right, what time is it? You know what? I think we've got time to play a little more BioShock, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Well, I am excited. You're talking about Disney World. I see, Atari. Yes, they're updating Star Wars Land. Yes, I saw that with the original characters, which is great. I mean... All right, now he puts game controller away because now we're starting to talk about Star Wars. Okay, first of all, I saw Star Wars in 1977. I was 17 years old. I was at a speech tournament, a national speech tournament in Seattle, Washington, and it was the first time I'd ever been that far away from home. And I got to go with my drama coach. And I got eliminated from the competition, fairly early, but we still had a week in Seattle. And I was dying to see Star Wars because summer of 1977, it was huge. My coach did not want to see Star Wars, but he said, you can go see it if you want. I said, well, how do I see it? He said, we'll take a cab. Well, I'm just a little old boy, Spring, Texas. I don't never taken a cab before. But I said, you know what? I'm going to take me a cab. My Texas comes back when I go to Texas, by the way. Yes, Lauren, now we're on Star Wars. You know how this goes, man. I know we'll be here till 10 o'clock tonight, Anyway, I took a cab in this strange city Seattle was as far away from Houston as you could possibly imagine. And was the first in line for the next showing. And I waited in line for like 2.5 hours to be the first in line and walked in to see it. And, for those of you that have grown up in the age of CGI, really since Jurassic Park when things started to look absolutely real, there's something to be said for when you're sitting in that audience in 1977 and the Star Cruiser goes over your head, man, It was real. It was the first time. Every other time it had been wires and things, and this time it looked real. It looked old. It looked used. And I think from that moment on, I literally fell in love with Star Wars. And I loved the prequels before it was cool to love the prequels. If we're going to talk about the sequels, let's just say I'm going to have a little drink here. Do we really, I don't know. I hope maybe some of you out there love the sequels. I just thought you're retelling the same thing over again, It's like Snoke, it literally, if it turns, spoiler alert, if it turns out that Palpatine is still alive, why are we messing around with Snoke? Palpatine is a way more interesting villain than Snoke. It's just, the less said about the sequels, the better. Now, some of the stuff that Disney's done, the television shows on Disney Plus, they have been great. Andor was freaking great, and I think it was in Obi-Wan Kenobi where we finally learned of Terra Sinube's ignoble end. It made me sad to see him at the Inquisitor's fortress there, all entombed. It actually did. I was actually on an airplane at the time, and someone had texted me and said, "Hey, do you know what happened to your character, Terra Sinube?" I said, "No." I said, "No, guy. He's on Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's dead." And it made me sad, actually. It made me oddly very sad. I would love to see that character come back. I love Terra Sinube. Of all the characters that I've done outside of Iroh and Aku, he's my favorite. Indeed, in my epitaph, it is my epitaph, but in my will, it is very specifically spells out that my epitaph is to read Greg Baldwin, devoted husband, beloved father, firebending Jedi. I'm proud of that, man. Oh, and look, and Molly has come in. Hello, Molly, you fine girl. 'Tis a fine girl, Molly is. All right, I'm going to play for a little bit longer, and we'll see what happens, especially after that bourbon. What does happen is I do have a little bit of arthritis in my hands, so unfortunately it does make it a little difficult to, I need to go behind, I guess, huh? We're going to surgery. Back we go. Talking about Disneyland now. Imagine Aku did build the Death Star. What are you talking about? Oh, Nightshade. Genndy Tartakovsky. Yes. I mean, I love Dave Filoni's Clone Wars. I was in the Clone Wars. Dave Filoni is a freaking genius, but so... Oh, excuse me a moment. Pardon me. Oh, she's shooting. You were shooting at me. All right. You know what? How about... The wrench is my preferred weapon. Now we will feel the power of the dark side. I got to meet the Emperor. Met Ian McKellen, I think. Ian McDermott. Ian McDermott, I think is his name. Ian McKellen was it was Deadwood. Anywho, should I be going? Yes, I am on the right track. No, I'm not. I should be going this way. Down we go, and up we go. And here, oh, this looks like a bar. I will definitely search this desk. Eve Games from Coffee. Fun fact, I don't drink a lot of tea, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't drink a lot of coffee either. So I'm not a traitor to Uncle Iroh. Delectable tea or deadly poison. All right, let's see what happens here. Have I been here? I don't know. I think, yeah, I checked this. I'm going to go through here.
A rapture reminder. The bottom of the
They always come at you from behind. That's not fair. It's not fair. I just keep dragging it. I'll kill something with it. Yeah, I'll kill you eventually. I'll get you. Man, they are live. Down we go. Keep going. We're back to this thing. We're back to the ice. Ice, ice, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a little fun. Yes, having a little fun. Okay, I need to turn. I need to go this way. But it just keeps... Okay, I don't... All right, guys, how do I get through this ice, man? I'm guessing this might be how I get out of the ice? No? No? Matt tells me no. Maybe if I can sneak around here. I can crouch. Return the slab. Fire syringe. Return the slab. Fire, fire. Use my electro bolt. Oh, electro bolt? Should I use my electro bolt?
Try to help. Sometimes I make mistakes.
That didn't do it. Good heavens, this is insane. All right, you know what? Let's talk some more about fandoms. I'm gonna have my little training. We'll talk some more about fandoms. I'll put this on pause. And we'll talk about anything. What would you guys? You guys have any questions for me? You know, no math questions, please. I am happy to talk about anything. You know, mostly anything you guys would like to talk about. You know, who is my favorite Doctor from Classic Who? You know, I actually did like. I haven't watched a whole lot of Doctor Who, but I did watch the. What was the? It was a couple of years ago. The woman, I liked her very much. I just like her as an actress. I have to learn firebending. A good place to stop for next time. Thank you, Fire Feathers. That is good advice. What is my favorite Pokemon? Probably Pikachu. Just because that's one that I know. I'm an old guy. I know. Sorry, I keep saying I'm an old guy. Melissa was like saying, stop saying you're an old guy. You know, everybody in my team was like, stop saying you're an old guy. You're not that old. And I'm not. I'm 65. 65 is the Jodie Whittaker. Thank you, Dylan. Jodie Whittaker. I wanted to meet her at a fan convention and she wasn't there. She canceled. I would have loved to have met her. Walking Dead. Walking Dead freaks me out, though, man. Zombies are the one thing. You know, I like horror films. I do, but zombie movies just freak me out. Walking Dead freaks me out. I don't know what it is about it that makes me freaked out, but the whole idea of zombies is just something that I'm... yeah. Obviously, Night of the Living Dead with the original black and white version is, to this day... absolutely terrifying. You're going to meet her at MegaCon, Dylan. All right, well, say hello to her from Uncle Iro. Tell her that I enjoyed. Yes, thank you. Nightshade 65 is the new 35, if only that were true. You know, when I got my first tattoo, a friend of mine asked me, he said, you know, do you really want to put anything that permanent on your body? And I thought about it, and I said, I'm 60 years old. You know, it's not that permanent, you know, to be honest with you. This tattoo is good for another 20 years. Aliens? Oh, the Alien movies. Tales from the Crypt. Ba, 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 ba. You know, am I a psychic? Thank you. I can't see this. Also, I'm a little, you know, I'm old.
It's Ferguson.
Yeah, it is. My favorite horror movies. Now, I like a good slasher film. But, you know, I mean, people Generally, I think The Exorcist is considered to be one of the scariest films ever made. And I think this will tell you a lot about the kind of films that I like. The Exorcist is a great movie, a classic movie. But if you've ever seen a film called Rosemary's Baby, that was a film that freaks me out every time because the evil is so normal. I don't want to ruin it for you, but the villains basically are this nice old couple that lives next door. They are basically of Satan. And if you've never seen Rosemary's Baby, I highly recommend it. It has a haunting score. I love movie scores, and the score is like this haunting lullaby that goes. I checked with the lawyers. I can only do copyrighted material so much. And if I do it without a backing track, I'm allowed to do it. And so, yeah, that is a great, really wonderful, wonderful film. I love, and The Exorcist is great. You want to talk about a horror movie I loved? Sinners. Oh my fucking God. What a show. What a movie. My favorite See, this is what happens with the chat. This is why I'm sort of ADD anyway. I'm always sort of a squirrel, and then I'm looking at this, and I'm talking about Sinners, and suddenly I'm talking to Breaking Grace X about what's my favorite musical. So Sinners is, that's actually, oddly, that's one of the reasons I loved Sinners. It's because it was also a musical. Honestly, and this is just my opinion, no one else's. For me, the greatest movies made in the 21st century thus far have been Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Sinners. I will die on that hill, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Absolutely. And now, for something completely different. Now I'm going back on teleprompter. We'll see how this goes. No, I'm not going to do any song tonight, my friends. And why? Because it is important to draw wisdom from different sources. Otherwise, it becomes rigid and stale. Now, around here, we don't take wisdom from just one place, not just from one century, not even from one fandom, and certainly not from one loud voice on the internet. That is exactly how thinking gets rigid. That's how cities sink. Now, here in the Tea House, we are fortunate indeed to be in possession of a very rare and a very special book. Let's consult it, shall we? And here it is, my friends, the special book to which I alluded. It is called Different Sources. Let's consult it, shall we? It is important to draw wisdom from different sources. Now, it is heavy because perspective accumulates weight over time, which is why I currently weigh approximately 225 pounds. This book is incredibly old. I like old things. There's great value in old things. I myself happen to be an old thing. Tonight, let us listen to another voice from another empire, another crisis, another moment when human beings were very sure that they were right. Let's see what survived. Tonight, we will have a little healing advice from a man who ruled the known world and privately wrestled with his own mind. Marcus Aurelius did not write for applause or legacy.
he wrote to survive himself. In his meditations, he reminds himself to waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. No branding, no platform, just instruction. And he also wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Now, think about that. Just imagine that. My nieces and nephews. An emperor whose throne was the entire known world, and yet his revelation is not to control that world, but to govern his thoughts. And he also said this, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Rapture and several corners of the internet would certainly collapse within a week under that rule. And of course, there is my favorite. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. I mean, that's amazing. The obstacle, it's not the interruption of the path. It is the path. So if you're stuck or you're hurting or something stands in front of you like a locked door, good. That, my nieces and nephews, is when the work begins. I'll tell you another little story about that, about locked doors and how when you think you're not going to go through, you're not going to get through. As I told you, I worked for the Disney Studios for at this point, I'd been working with them for 13 years. This was in 2006. And this particular day, I was called into my supervisor's office, and I walk in, and HR is there. And anybody who works for a big corporation, when HR is there, that is the angel of death, baby. That is not a good thing. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm getting laid off. And indeed, I was laid off. So we went back into my office, and I'm just, freaking out. It's like my kids at this point, they're both teenagers. I'm like, oh, my God, they're going to be going to college. What are we going to do? This is terrible. This is a terrible thing. What am I going to do? And I swear to you, hand to God, within an hour of being laid off from the Walt Disney Company, my agent called me up and said, Greg, we just heard from Nickelodeon. You're their top pick. They want to see you at the studio next week. So yes, sometimes the obstacle is not the it's not the obstacle you think it's going to be. And sometimes very truly, when one door closes, another door opens. In any case, we just spent a whole hour wandering through collapsed utopias and underwater cities. We owe ourselves a reminder that the world above sea level is still breathing. If you look for the light, you will often find it. That's not denial, my friends. That's not pretending either that the dark isn't there, because the dark is there. It's real. History is real. Failure is real. Death is real. But you know what else is real? Light. Light rarely kicks down your door. It doesn't trend, doesn't shout, doesn't monetize particularly well either. It just persists in small decisions, in quiet decency, and someone choosing not to be cruel when cruelty would be so much easier. That's the light, man. It's the nurse who stays 5 minutes late and doesn't mention it. It's the neighbor who returned your trash can this morning. It's apologizing before you're required to. It is restraint, and it is humility. And my friends, it is a story exactly like this. One happy news story. Here we go. This weekend in New Zealand, a pod of pilot whales got stranded on a beach. And then something beautiful and magnificent happened. So many people, marine biologists, fishermen, strangers, kids, what they did is they formed bucket lines, and they kept those whales wet. And when the water rose, they guided them back out to sea. Not politics, not noise, none of that. Just ordinary people kneeling in the sand saying, not today. Know this, my nieces and nephews. The tide is inevitable. Kindness is intentional.
And now, before we leave, I'd like you to bear with me, and I want you to think of just one good thing that happened to you today. And it doesn't have to be the grand gesture. It doesn't have to be that viral miracle we all hope for. No, just one quiet moment when your world tilted gently toward decency. I know it's hard, but it's there. Think about it and hold it. Hold it close. Don't narrate it. Don't decorate it. Just be silent and hold it. We will not let the darkness have the final word. And now, just sit with me for 30 seconds in complete silence, thinking about times the most human thing we can do is to simply pause together. Here we go. And we're back. We talked a lot tonight about empires collapsing. We didn't talk enough about the invisible scaffolding that keeps daily life from collapsing. Believe it or not, my nieces and nephews, most days the world does not burn. Most days people hold it together. Doesn't make headlines, but it makes tomorrow possible. If all you consume is outrage, well, you're going to begin to believe that outrage is the only language that you know how to speak, and it isn't. It isn't. Most of the time, this world is stitched together by ordinary goodness, ordinary miracles, uncelebrated, unrecorded, just steady. And steady, steady is underrated. The light isn't fireworks. It's orientation. It's remembering which way is north when the compass starts to spin. Sometimes the light is literally just showing up. You did that here tonight. You didn't yell, you didn't mock, you listened. You shared a favorite fandom without fear or ridicule, and so did I. We all chose curiosity over certainty, and that, my friends, that is light. Small, but real. Hit it, baby. We played a game, we had some laughs, but all good things must end. And so, before we meet again, destiny is your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you had a good time tonight, do your old Uncle G a small kindness. Like, subscribe, follow wherever you happen to be watching. It helps this little tea house stay lit, and the cocktails, oh baby, they help Uncle G stay lit. Next episode is It Had to Be You. We're going to talk about inevitability and the people who enter your life and quietly rearrange the furniture of your soul. Same time, same place. Be well, my nieces and nephews. Be happy. Be kind. Good night.